This program is made possible by the South Orange County, California cities of Dana Point, Laguna Niguel, Aliso Viejo, Rancho Santa Margarita, San Clemente, and San Juan Capistrano.
Did you know that every year almost 300,000 buildings are torn down, creating 74 million tons of debris? That's a lot of trash! You know there are a lot of things out there that are recyclable. Cans, plastic, paper, but there are other things. I want you to think big. Bigger. Did you know houses are recyclable? Hi there, I'm Joel Greene, and welcome to Curiosity Quest Goes Green, the show that explores what you're curious about. Well, today our quest letter comes to us from Tyler in New Mexico, and Tyler wrote, "Dear Joel, I'm curious, what happens to a house when it's demolished?" Well, Tyler, we're going to take an environmental approach, or a green approach, and we're going to recycle a house.
Hey, you're not going to recycle this house. Oh. What's going on here?
Whoa. Well, okay, all right, well, in that case, we'll find another house. So join me on today's Curiosity Quest. Well, can we recycle some plastic bottles or cans or something like that from your house?
You got it.
Okay, good. Let's go. All right, so we've made our way up to San Jose, California. We're at Zanker Material Processing Facility, and I'm joined by Michael Gross. How you doing, Michael?
I'm great. Glad you're out here.
Well, thanks for having us. So let's start from the beginning. What happens to a house when it's demolished?
That's a great question. In most cases in California, the homes unfortunately go to a landfill and get buried. Yeah. But in a lot of communities up here in Northern California, a couple in Southern California, it's great because they come to recycling facilities, and so we're able to reuse a lot of the products that are people think should just be thrown away, like the wood and the concrete and the dirt. But that's what our processes here are all about.
How much of a house can be recycled?
60, 70%.
50%.
A little more than half.
I think more than 50%. Probably about the whole thing.
I'm gonna just guess 50%.
Parts of it.
How much?
6 or 12. A lot, maybe.
I would assume more than we think. I would say maybe percentage-wise, 60%.
Well, of course, it depends on the type of construction on a home, but in most cases here in the Bay Area, roughly 95% of a home is recyclable. It's a lot of materials, you know, and people just kind of take it for granted that, you know, one day, you know, this house is going to be here, next day it's going to be gone, something else is going to be in its place. But what really does happen to all those products is pretty amazing story.
Fun fact.
This stuff is so interesting. Hey, did you know that the average size 1,400 square foot home can generate upwards of 170,000 pounds of debris? That's a lot of material that we're going to recycle here today. This is so interesting. I can watch this all day. Yeah, over there, on that side. Doing a great job. You're doing a great job. All right, so Michael and I have turned into load checkers. We're both curious about what's in all these boxes here, right?
Yeah, let's open them up and find out.
Huh.
They look like filters.
Filters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, for air conditioning ducts and vents?
That's it. That's exactly it.
But now, is this recyclable?
Yes.
Yes. Wow.
But it does have this cloth on it.
Okay.
We could still take this to a recycler, and of course we're going to get the metal. It's going to be recycled here.
Yeah.
And it will go through a process that will remove all the cloth and all the contaminants to metals.
Wow.
So yes, that would be
Okay.
recycled. And then of course the cardboard box is going to be recycled too.
All right, so Michael, the excavator is just picking everything up that's on the pile below us and just putting it up here, huh?
Basically, you're correct. Now, the important thing to remember is when you do a construction project, normally first thing you got to do is a demolition project. So you're going to redo your kitchen. The first thing you're going to do is go through and take out the old kitchen, which isn't a lot of material. And then you're going to turn around and you're going to start putting everything new in there, and so that's construction waste. So you end up with both construction and demolition debris mixed in the same load.
Ah, so that's the construction demolition, or C&D, huh? What is C&D?
Cats and dogs, I guess. I'm not sure.
Letters, a type of letter in the alphabet. Chicken noodle dinner.
Construction and demolition?
And so this is coming from people's houses, the interior of people's houses, right?
Interior of people's homes, maybe sometimes the exterior.
The exterior, okay.
Part of the process itself, by crushing the material up, by putting it on the sort line, a lot of this material gets broken up.
All right. So we're following up, huh?
Following it up.
All right, so Michael, we're up on the separating line now, huh?
That's correct.
And so these guys, they know what they're pulling out. I see, what? Wood right here?
Correct.
Then you have different materials coming out everywhere.
Absolutely. What we're trying to do first is get the large items. The first bunker, they really focus on large pieces of cardboard.
Okay.
And then
down there.
That's the very first one. The second, of course, is a big piece of wood.
All right.
The third is ferret.
Metal. Okay, I see the sign that says metal right there. Wow. And so these guys have pulled out all this?
Yeah, but it's taken them more than an hour.
Wow, that's a lot of metal.
Yeah, there's a lot of metal in this type of material.
And then so we're going to continue on down, huh?
Yes, we are.
This is a long assembly line.
Look, Joel, don't push it.
Don't push it.
No, because what you're going to do is going to stop all the sort line.
They need a break.
They're going to break in 10 minutes.
All right, so let's continue down the sort line.
After the primary sort, all the product will then go through a disc strain, and it separates all the fine materials out, the dirt, the little pieces of glass, little pieces of concrete that we have no market for. Then allows the sorters to be able to see all the larger items that are still left, the pieces of paper, the film plastics, the pieces of wood and concrete.
They're just like floating across.
Let's run across.
Wow, and it got really busy really fast. So will most of this stuff at the end up at a landfill?
All this product at the end is going to end up at a landfill.
Wow, okay.
But it's not a lot compared to how much material.
Oh yeah, I mean compared to where we started.
Absolutely.
This thing was full, yeah. All right, so we're down in the storage area. What do you call these?
Well, these are our bunker areas.
The bunker.
And this is where all the products that we've sorted from the top sort line falls to. For instance, here are the plastics.
What's this?
Well, this is called alternative daily cover. This is the soil products that come off the mixed demolition. And there's really no market for this material because it's everything.
Yeah.
So we actually ship this out to a landfill and they put it on top of the garbage because they're supposed to bury the garbage, cover over the top of the garbage every day. Well, that's what they use.
So this would be, I mean, this gets landfill, but it's still covering the landfill.
Yeah, it's still covering the landfill.
And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bunkers, 10 bunkers.
Right.
And this is the stuff that's going to the landfill.
And this is the stuff that's going to go to the landfill and used for cover.
And everything else is going to be recycled. All right, so we're standing in front of what looks like baled, cardboard?
Bales of mixed paper.
Mixed paper.
And this is all coming off the sort line. So this is material that would normally be sold in a landfill. Stuff that never usually would ever get recycled because it's not through like a curbside recycling program from your homes. That's where most of the paper gets recycled. When it comes to a facility like ourselves, it's really difficult because most operations don't have a big sort line like the one you just saw.
Wow. And so we're going to find some more material that we can turn into other products, right?
Well, let's go do that.
What is a house made of?
Stairs, wood.
Wood, metal, and drywall, I think. Bricks, wood.
What else?
Cement,
And?
and tiles.
Wood.
Wood, you know, foundations made of wood, and then they plaster and drywall and, you know, all that stuff.
All right, so Michael, we've come to the demolition recycling side, huh?
That's correct.
Now, what behind us, basically, is this houses?
These are homes and buildings, and they come here to basically die and become born again as new products.
Wow, all right. So obviously they're dead now, huh?
They're dead now. It's amazing when we get product in here. It's predominantly wood construction, wood frame homes, roofs, that type of product out of a building. It's not the building foundations; those go off to one of our other recycling operations. But this is the wood structures. They come here. We use an excavator to pull out the big pieces of garbage, the big pieces of concrete, the big pieces of metal. He puts those over to a bunker, and then he puts everything into a feed hopper. And the material goes up to our sort line. So you want to take a walk and go check it out?
Yeah. I think I'd check this out. Let's go. I think I'm as tall as that mound of metal. Just kidding. All right, so Michael, what are these things? What's going on right here?
These are called screening systems. And this one is a special screening system that uses the vibration from the springs to screen out the fines, which is like the soil. And it also has blowers in there, like a hairdryer. And it takes all the light material, the paper and the styrofoam, and it blows it off to a side. And that material is actually landfilled and allows the heavy material to be recycled.
Okay, I'm confused again. So all the stuff starting in the beginning is going to turn into products through here, huh?
No, this is only one component.
It's one component.
That's one component. It only handles the small materials, stuff about this big or less.
Really?
Everything larger goes through a whole other series of conveyors.
Okay, so now, it's becoming clear. It starts off in a big pile. The excavator puts it on the conveyor. It goes up to the trommel screen, and then it goes down here.
And it shakes it, and we're making different size products.
All right. Where'd all the big stuff go again?
All the big stuff is still up in that long drum.
Oh, so where's it going?
Well, they're going to go to the next stage, which is called the C&D rocket.
The C&D rocket. Sounds interesting.
It is interesting.
Can we see it?
Let's go there now.
Let's go.
What is a C&D rocket?
A spicy chicken noodle dinner. We
Cats and dogs, like design on a rocket.
The rocket sounds like, all right.
Spaceship that goes into space with recyclables.
I don't know, maybe it's two different kinds of rockets with two different sizes of engines in it.
A Cartoon Network Disney Channel rocket.
I think it's just a rocket. What flies up in the air?
The C&D rocket is actually the green drum. And it's called the rocket because it looks like the Apollo module.
It does. Oh yeah, where the blasters would come out of that side and everything. All right, because Michael, since I'm not an engineer, I'm still trying to figure all this out. The water, this water right here, is shooting into the C&D rocket.
That's correct.
And pushing wood out.
That's absolutely correct. 2,500 gallons of water per minute is being introduced into the rocket. The water then drops through a weir back to a screening operation, taking all little small sticks out, and then back into the tank, and then it's recirculated again.
So that's where all the sticks are coming out on this side.
That's correct.
And then it again coming out on this side?
Well, those are the fines. Those are like very small sticks, like the size of pencils.
Oh, all right. Well, which they look pretty small. And so you're just reusing it and reclaiming this water?
Absolutely. 2,500 gallons of water is a lot of water.
That's a lot of water.
You know, you want wastewater, we turn around, we reuse it.
All right, so now once the water is separated, the wood, and you said some heavy materials sink.
Right, the stuff that sinks goes down to the bottom of the rocket and is conveyed out the back end.
And the back end's over there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's ferrous and non-ferrous metals, and brick and pieces of concrete.
All right, so the wood's that way, the water's that way, the heavy stuff's that way.
Everything has its way.
And where do we go?
We're going to go to the next phase of this operation.
All right, let's head on over there. All right, so Michael, these are examples of some of the stuff that's coming off of the C&D rocket, right?
Absolutely. What happens is these products here, like this brick, is going to be brought over to a rock crushing operation along with this material. This will of course come out with a magnet. This material will come out with another air knife. So we're going to recycle these at another run of the operations, and it's basically all of it's going to be recycled.
All of it's going to be recycled, huh? So this pile isn't going in the trash, in the landfill?
By no means.
By no means, okay. All right, so now, what are we looking at down here?
What we're looking at is everything larger than 8 inches. And that includes pieces of concrete, pieces of wood, metal, plastics, and it's going on the sort line. These sorters are removing all the recyclables, concrete, metals, and what we're leaving on the sort line is all the wood waste. The wood waste will then travel all the way up the sort line, goes off the end of the conveyor, and over to our wood grinding operation.
Okay. So these guys are responsible for pulling everything else off?
Yeah, everything else.
Wow.
The only thing we want left on here is clean wood waste.
All right, where to next?
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to see our wood grinding operation, and then a little special treat, our gypsum recycling operation.
Gypsum recycling. Let's go. All right, so the wood's come off of the trommel screens and has landed here, and we're putting it on the grinder?
Yeah, it actually gets pushed over here, over to next to the grinder. Then we use a loader or an excavator to load the grinder itself. It grinds the material up into a 3-inch minus chip product. That product is then screened, and where we're screening all the sawdust out. And this material is sold into what's called a cogeneration market, where they burn it, produce steam, and make electricity. The sawdust is made into a soil amendment, and occasionally I get to sell some mulch out of the wood chip product too.
Oh, okay. Now, so the majority of the houses, like we said, wood framed houses are wood, right? The majority of what's come here is wood.
Right.
So you're turning this into a product that then can be useful.
Absolutely.
Versus landfilling it.
There you have it.
All right. So now what's the next product that we're going to focus on?
The next product we're going to focus on is sheetrock or drywall.
Drywall. All right. Well, let's go see the drywall. We can do that.
What is gypsum?
Something that's really hard and you can't break.
Glass or plastics?
A type of rock. A type of funny letter.
Gypsum is the material that they use to make wallboard.
I don't know, like, for some reason it's just reminding me of like, I don't know, like a place.
A gypsum would be probably steel. Something that is hard.
Gypsum is a sheetrock, the drywall that makes all your walls on the interior of our home.
Oh, okay. So, like, I mean, seeing all these pieces right here inside our house. These are what the walls are made of. This.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the problem is, the gypsum wallboard is very easy to work with. And there's a lot of finished products that you can make with it. But getting it from your house back to a manufacturer that's going to use something with it, it's kind of difficult, and that's where we really specialize in.
Now, it looks like there's paper on top here, too. So is that part of the gypsum?
It is. It actually holds a gypsum wallboard inside.
Oh, okay. So this is the gypsum in here, and the chalky, white, flaky, dust in your eye
stuff.
Wow, I should probably stop that because the wind's blowing right at us. All right.
But, you know, so we have the gypsum recycling that we can do, but what do we do with the paper? Well, we have a home for the paper too.
We do?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so we're going to recycle this, huh? So Michael, he's got a load in the bucket there, and he's just going to put it in this covered trommel screen?
That's correct.
I know why it's covered.
That's right.
I still have it in my eyes. It's getting worse, too.
I can't take you anywhere.
I hear that a lot, actually. All right, so now once it goes in here, is this what's...
This is the finished product.
Wow, so... Oh, wow. Ooh. It's like, I'm gonna try to keep it in here without getting us all dirty, but this is a finished product. It feels very, very soft.
Yes, it is. And this product is actually sold into agricultural markets. They're used as a soil amendment.
Really? So they take drywall from our houses and grow crops with it?
Yes, they do.
Oh my, okay, I'm gonna back up because, well, you're not moving.
It's after you.
Oh man, here go more souvenirs. So this is a paper on the backside, huh?
Absolutely.
Oh, it's coming at us here. Woo! Well, that's not only me now. All right, so I'm on the side without the powder. So this, wow, it feels like a.
What we're left with is paper and little pieces of gypsum. Now, instead of these going to waste, these will actually go over to our composting operation where we're going to compost the material. So really, there's going to be no waste from this whole operation.
You mean the small gypsum and the paper?
Yeah.
Going to be composted?
What all gypsum is, it's calcium and sulfur, and it's a mine product, and it's really a great soil amendment.
Wow.
So if we add it into the composting process, it breaks down, and it's just like adding another soil amendment to our soil amendment.
It's incredible because I think about, and every house I've ever been in or lived in, there's drywall on every one of all the walls.
Absolutely.
And when it's recycled, it becomes crops. We turn it into crops.
There you go.
Or a soil amendment for crops.
It is good reuse.
Now you had mentioned off camera that that this will become the what's behind us, and I find it kind of ironic because this is extremely white here, and extreme, obviously very light color, and what's behind us is extremely dark.
Yes, what's behind us is our actually yard waste that's being composted. It's going through the composting phase right now, and we add a small portion of the paper mixed in with the gypsum wallboard into the material, and we compost that material along with the yard waste.
All right, Michael, question. 95% of the house is being recycled. What happens to the remaining 5%?
Well, unfortunately, that 5% ends up getting landfilled. And that 5% is made up of things like carpeting. Carpet padding's great, but carpeting I can't recycle. Textiles, your drapes, that kind of stuff. Some acoustical sealing, things like this insulation.
Oh yeah.
I have no market for this.
This is what's inside the walls.
Inside the walls.
And we can't recycle
or in the
this.
attic. Wow. There's products I can't recycle.
So we've seen everything be pulled apart. This is what's left over from that huge pile in front?
That's it. Nothing else.
Wow. And you said that you'll still run this through another process, right?
This actually goes over to our construction waste recycling operation. And it runs through there because there's things on here that we can't sort off this line. Film plastics, there's of course some PVC in this.
Papers, like
some papers. So we want to make sure we get everything out of it.
It's just remarkable because that pile was ginormous in front. And now this isn't even what's going to be put in a landfill just yet.
That's correct.
You're going to pull more of it out.
I'll probably pull about half of that out.
About half of that out. That is incredible. And we're making use of all the other, that's how you get the 95%.
That's exactly how we get the 95%.
Amazing. That is amazing. The triangle. Cool. Cool. We have quite a big pile to crush, don't we?
Yeah, a little large, isn't it?
Just a little bit large. No, they're just pushing it off on the backside, right?
Yeah. But the important thing here is there's not only concrete, there's asphalt mixed in with this, and there's a lot of rebar too. All these materials are easily recycled.
Asphalt and the blacktop that we see at school
Correct.
grounds.
Correct.
So let's go look at what we crushed it to. Huh?
Road base.
Road base.
Okay, here is our finished product, our Class 2 road base.
And this is what's been crushed. Was concrete or blacktop or is that roof tiles?
No, that's actually brick.
Brick. Oh, the brick. That's right. Oh, okay.
These are, these products actually came over from our demolition recycling operation we saw earlier. This material, along with clean concrete from loads, make up a Class 2 road base.
Road base. Wow. And we can drive on this stuff.
Yep.
So incredible. We've turned a house into many different usable products.
Absolutely.
Just by recycling the house. All right, well, I want to thank Michael and everyone here. Thank you so much for teaching us how to take a house and recycle it.
It's my pleasure.
95% recycle rate.
There you go.
All right, well, I'm going to take some...
Whoa. You need to pay for that first.
Well, I just some samples for the kids that I want to show them what,
Okay.
what a house can become. Thank you.
You need to pay for that.
Well,
Joel,
I'll get to that.
come back here.
Send me a bill.
Hey, come back.
gotta catch me, Michael.
Keep it.
Once again, I want to thank Michael and everyone here at Zenker for teaching us how to recycle a house. And I especially want to thank you, Tyler, for sending us on today's Curiosity Quest. Now, if there's something that you're curious about, let me know. Go to kvcr.org, click on the Curiosity Quest link, and simply tell me what you're curious about. And who knows, it could be your thoughts that send us on our next great adventure. Now remember, this is our planet, and it's our responsibility to take care of it. So I'm curious, have you gone green? I'm Joel Greene, and I'll see you next time. I'm gonna get some of these rocks out of my pocket. Oh my goodness. Remember, 95% of your home is recyclable, even the kitchen sink. Wow, a big pile.
This program is made possible by the South Orange County, California cities of Dana Point, Laguna Niguel, Aliso Viejo, Rancho Santa Margarita, San Clemente, and San Juan Capistrano.
To order a copy of this episode that you've just seen, or if you're interested in previous Curiosity Quest episodes, log on to kvcr.org and click on the Curiosity Quest link. The cost is $19.95.